Howdy, howdy, folks. Once again, it's Donnie back once again with another Linux security report. And this time I just want to do a follow-up on the videos that I posted last week about the MongoDB ransomware problem. And as you recall, uh, a lot of MongoDB servers, a lot of websites that were running MongoDB as their database backend were hit with this ransomware attack. It just locked up the data so that the users would not be able to access it. Now, there's both bad news and good news about this. The bad news is, of course, is the fact that the ransomware attack went from only 13 victims up to like 27,000. And the attackers were demanding up to 1 Bitcoin in exchange for the stolen data. But then, to make things worse, is the fact that if all of these attackers who were compromising these servers, there's only one of them who actually bothered to save the data from the original database. So most of these people then who have had their servers compromised with this ransomware attack have just lost their data forever unless they have a backup. If they don't have a backup, well, they're pretty much hosed. They're not going to get it back even if they pay. So anyway, it also shows here that the evidence shows, rather, that the data were not properly exfiltrated. Paying a ransom won't get it back. So yeah, that's the bad news. Now, also something else that I did not realize is the fact that MongoDB is cross-platform. I thought that this was a purely Linux problem. Well, it's not, because as you can see here, MongoDB is available to run on Windows servers, Linux servers, OS X servers, and Solaris servers. And by the way, folks, I've been getting some messages lately from people who were hating on me because I refer to the Linux operating system. They say, oh, Linux is not an operating system. It's just the kernel of an operating system. Yes, I know that, okay? But unfortunately, as you see here, the common parlance is just to say Linux. Hardly anybody ever says GNU Linux. That's not to slight the accomplishments of Richard Stallman in any way, shape, or form. It's just, hey, the common parlance is Linux, okay? That's just the way it is. There's not much I can do about it, okay? But anyway, but my point here is that this is actually a cross-platform problem. The operating system really has nothing to do with this, okay? So this is a problem that's going to happen regardless of what operating system you're using as the base platform, okay? So yeah, all you Linux users, I know a lot of us Linux users back in the day, we were all smug about how Linux is more secure than Windows and all that. But the reality is that really no operating system is completely 100% secure unless it's installed on a machine that just never gets turned on, okay? And also, you can have the most secure operating system in the world, and it's not going to do any good if you have applications running on it which are not secure. And in this case, I'm not saying that MongoDB is insecure, that you should never use it, but what I'm saying here is that MongoDB, MySQL, MariaDB, really any of the open source database systems are insecure when you first set them up. So you have to take steps on all of them in order to put them into a secure configuration. And so that's the good news, which is that we can go over here. And by the way, I will have all these links in the description below the video. But on this Tech Republic article. There's a link right there which goes over to this blog post, which tells how to put MongoDB into a secure configuration and what to do if you believe that your database was attacked. Okay, so you can go there and you can look at the security manual, and you can look at the security checklist. And I know that with MariaDB and MySQL, you can log into the administrator account without using a password when you first set it up. And it's just been within the past couple of years that MySQL and MariaDB started publishing a utility which will automate the secure configuration of their servers. But MongoDB has also had this, and I have to admit I've never worked with MongoDB, so I don't know exactly, the steps here. But at least here they do have the security manual, they do have the security checklist, so you can follow all this and get your MongoDB into a secure configuration that is a lot less likely to be compromised. And also you can come over here at the register.co.uk, and they have an article about it there. And also you can just do a Google search for secure MongoDB, and you can see a lot of good resources there as well. Okay, so anyway, this is just a short update, and I hope you enjoy it. If you do enjoy it, if you do like the videos, be sure to like and to subscribe, and we will see you the next time.